Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Well, it really shouldn't have even started yet because I did it yesterday. What you're watching now is me yesterday. So today is Wednesday where I'm doing this. So I've got the newspapers and the notes. I've had a little look round at a few things. But if something happens tonight after I've done this and it's not on tomorrow, don't blame me. We're not a news programme. I just look at the news and try and take the piss out of it. Sometimes you pick up the newspaper and you don't have to make up a funny story. It's just absolutely bonkers the way the world is. I want to show you these things. Now, there's a big debate going on because I went on Amazon and I bought myself a multi-region DVD player, which means sometimes you put a DVD on. If you're old like me, you've got a DVD player, and it comes up, cannot play on this device because it's zone number 2. It's American or something like that. So I went on Amazon and I bought a multi-zone DVD, 176 quid DVD player. So it turned up and I plugged it in and I put on Michael Caine, the man who would be king, and it said, cannot play this on this because it's the wrong zone. So I thought, oh, bugger it. So I took it to bits and I put it there. I thought, I'll send that back. But I don't know how to send it back. So I thought Tash will do it or someone in the office at the studios. So I ordered another one and I looked and there it was, multi-zone. So I bought that and it turned up and I thought, this looks familiar. And I plugged it in. Of course, it didn't work again. It was exactly the same machine. So I've sent it back. But what I was going to do, because Amazon will probably say, oh, no, you've unwrapped it, so you can't have any of your money back. So I thought I'm going to do a little contest on Ustream for the members, and they can win a DVD player and a series of DVDs that we have got on our shop. And of course, Harley and the rest of the creche all said, no, people don't have DVDs anymore. People do not have these. Imagine you get this out now, and people go, what's that? What is it? What is this strange thing? You peel them with your metal knives. You remember the Cadbury Smash Men laughing at eating potatoes? Well, that's what people are on about. Anyway, but look, this is the bollocks. It's great big hairy bollocks. This is Boobs in the Wood with me playing the bad guy in it. I really loved this and the dancers were great. And yes, I did. And then we've got Cinderella 1 and Cinderella 2. So the 3 mucky pantos ready to go. And next year, with the wind on my back, I'll be recording the last ever Davidson mucky pantos called Dick Whittington and His Cat. It lends itself to it, doesn't it? And I'll be playing the bad guy. There you go, because I am of a certain age now. Now, if you're of a certain age and you read books, there you go, cheap, dear, same book, same words, 10 quid, 20 quid. Signed. I sound like Gordon Ramsay. Cook the steak. Oil, in. Steak, in. Onions, in. Turn, burn, taste, fart, spew. We need to ask ourselves, what is going on in Mayor Carr's London? Mayor Khan. Difficult to say when you're breaking these teeth in for red rum. Look at them. I've got a little bit today. A bit fell off the other day. I was picking it here like this, and it fell off. And the woman said, you can't floss them because they're all joined together. These are the temporary ones, you see. So really, I'm like a great white shark at the moment. You should have seen me when I had me lip, when I had the injections, all the gear. That lip would drop down like that, and it came out like I was one of the clumps. You know, the nutty professor when his lip will come out like that. Oh, it's awful. I can't wait to get these railings out and get me proper ones put in. They've got to be better than this, haven't they? I was at the pub quiz last night and I couldn't eat much, so I got pissed. In fact, most people got pissed last night. And it was great fun. And Natasha's brother was there who won. He won everything. He hardly got anything wrong at all. How wonderful is that? Anyway, let's get back to Mayor Khan and what he has done to London. He has totally screwed London up. Is this what he wants to do? He wants to not allow anybody in unless they're on a camel. He also wants to turn it into Londonistan. He's now talking of building hundreds and hundreds of accommodation blocks and houses for Muslims. So what is he doing? Is he building some form of ghetto? Is he being prejudiced to the Christians? I mean, what is happening there? Have we got to build so many more houses for the people coming across the channel? I don't know how many have come across now, but the sea's quite calm. Well, it was a couple of days ago, there was a bit of a storm. But no, it is dodgy what's going on. But listen to this. A woman was shot, right, caught in a crossfire. Yeah, no, you didn't mishear me. Caught in a gang crossfire. 2 gang vehicles shooting at one another in Stamford Hill. Now, how is that possible? This is not Los Angeles. This is not the Shield. Where's the old bill? They can't all be in radar vans, you know, parked up round a little bend to nick some poor bastard for doing 33 in the 30 and losing his licence. Ridiculous. What is going on? What? Surely the old bill must have 1 or 2 coppers still being used to arrest people. You know, people being shot in gang warfare in London. What's that? That's a pretty serious crime, isn't it? And some poor cow walking along, she got the good news from a bullet in her leg. Do you know what I want? I hope we'll all be hearing soon from the police, right? It'll tell us who the gangs were. Let's have a look at them, put their pictures in the paper so we can all have a look. Can't wait to see them. This is the brazen bit. If I wanted to kill someone, I'd make sure I didn't get seen or done, or make sure the police wouldn't be anywhere bloody near me. No, these drive past, have the good news, brrr, and we just slotted an innocent bystander. Collateral damage, innit? So when are we going to be reading in the newspapers, or we're in the news, that the police have actually arrested the 2 carfuls of these nutters who shooting guns off in Stamford Hill? We won't hear anything. Nothing. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Right. Listen to this. A row has broken out because a Conservative minister, a girl minister, she wants to ban sex education in schools for the under-9s. Well, that makes sense to me. The whole point of being 9 is that you're a kid. The whole point of growing older is you start to gradually learn about sex, or better still, love. You learn about love and relationships. I must have fucking skipped that. In fact, no one at my school told us anything about sex. Mind you, it was a Catholic boys' school, so we always stayed away from the showers. Yes, with old Big Red. The nearest thing to a sexual lesson we had, my phone's buzzing in my pocket now, that's the nearest thing I've had to sex as well for a while. So we had a mate, right, called Bobby McGlone. We actually called him Bob McGlob. The reason why, because we had this, you know the teachers that turn up on loan? They're sort of a loan teacher. And he said, "What's your name, son?" "McGlone, sir." "McGlob?" And Bob instantly said, "Yes, sir." "Right, McGlob, open your book." So we call, he's now, to this day, I still see him down Charlton occasionally, Bob McGlob. Anyway, he said to Father Marsbar, Catholic school, we had one priest called Father Marsbar, and the reason he was Father Marsbar because he wanted shag Marianne Faithfull. No, he didn't. He was a celibate. He never had a shag, and but he did give you a Marsbar if you were good. Yeah. Anyway, Bob McGlob. "Father," "Yes, McGlob." "I was on my bike this morning, Father, and someone called me a wanker." "What is that?" The old priest, he went fucking scarlet like that. And his lips started to do this. And he got out of it well. He went, "Self-abuse." That's all he said. Self-abuse. Didn't tell us how to do it, or what we think about when you're doing it, or what comes out at the end. No. Self-abuse. How is it abuse? How is it abuse if it's your own cock? Well, it could be abuse if it was someone else's cock. There you go. I don't think we should teach young kids about sex. No one told me. No one told me a thing. I ain't done bad since. Or that gender stuff. Why should kids under 9 understand transvestments? Now, in Wales, which is, of course, Labour Party's UK headquarters, they teach, listen to this, sex education to 3-year-olds. And this is what Keir Starmer calls his blueprint for the UK. So that's what he wants to do, is it? It's ridiculous. Hang on, someone's texted me. Oh, I've got to thank someone for something. I'll do it later. Anyway, so you can leave all that bit in. I know you're going on holiday. Harley's going on holiday, folks. He's going to Portugal. I'm going to the Isle of Wight. Isn't that nice for me? Isn't that nice? Right, now then, they've photographed the Go Lightlies. You know, these people now have been legging it from restaurants. And here's a picture of them that was in the Daily Mail. They look as if they've legged it from a lot of restaurants, don't they? They look as if they've ate a lot, but they don't look as if they could run very far. It's probably why some of these food outlets make you pay before you eat it. So to stop anyone just fucking off. When we were kids, we used to hear stories about the chef coming out the kitchen with a machete, you know what I mean, with a chopper. You will not pay, you're gonna get chopped up and fed to the dogs. But we never did. We never really ran off. No. Me and my mate Tommy were so pissed once, we ordered a meal and ran off without eating it. And that's what defeats the object. Right, and I want to congratulate, before we go, Ant McParting. Ant and Dec, the ant from Ant and Dec. Right, he's fathered a child. Just, that's lovely, isn't it? And so congratulations to you, matey, Ant. And I like the way you've asked Dec to be the godfather. That's really good. You're a good mate. So to have mates like you. And I like Ant. You've been up and down a bit. And I think you two really should find some writers. And you could become the next Morecambe and Wise. You know, you don't see double acts now, do you? Well, apart from fucking Reeves and Mortimer, are about as funny as a burning orphanage. They really were a pair of self-abusers. Talking of nuts, here we go. You know what's happened now in Spain? Spain are moaning. The people in Spain are moaning. In Tenerife, they're moaning. In Ibiza, you can't have a drink now after 9 o'clock. So Brits on holiday, right? This time they're joined by the Germans. Oh, yes, we're all friends now. Right. They're walking along the seafront in Spain in budgie smugglers. And them awful slip-on things that black footballers wear with white socks, like that man in Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think he's fantastic, don't you? So that's what the Brits are doing, to piss off the fucking Spanish. We're so unclassy. We have a way, don't we, of looking complete morons. Do you know what? I was thinking the other day when I was walking around Stafford looking at all the people, and they eat well in Stafford, don't you worry about that. And I compared them with my memory of walking down the Champs-Élysées in Paris, looking at elegant people sitting at tables, sitting there having their coffee and a little brandy. Bloody marvellous. But they're still French. But mind you, we are an island race, aren't we? And we are bred to fight, to protect our land, not to look good. We can wear budgie smugglers and walk along. We are tough. We are the Brits. What we can't do is to stop another 1 million illegal immigrants crossing the channel in one day, in one boat. It's absolute bollocks, isn't it? Right, I'm going over to Ustream now and have a little chat for 15 minutes or so. Okay, I'll see you soon. Okay, bye-bye. Watch the late, great Jethro away from the stage and spotlight in his natural habitat, at home and at his stables with his beloved horses. Take a sneak peek behind the scenes of the country's much missed comic genius in this series, exclusive to Ustream.
I love my life. I love to come back and spend my time around the horses and the people that work with me and everything that goes on in the country. So that's what I do.
A day in the life of Jethro. Streaming from Bank Holiday Monday, May the 27th.